Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys your Divine Masculine weekly forecast. So I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either a separation or challenge in your connection. So please keep that in mind. But obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today will be listed down below. And today's Organite is the Lion Tower Buster created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So we're going to do some of this reading here on the Mystic Moon channel, and then we're going to take the rest of it into the extended reading. So what we're going to go through here today is what is the story or timeline that is currently playing out in your connection? What is the Divine Masculine hiding or holding back right now? And also the Divine Masculine's current perception of the Divine Feminine. And then I'll put the link down below where you guys can get the extended reading where we're going to go into more, and I'll list that in the description box down below. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, you guys. Let's take a look and see where is the story or timeline that is playing out in your connection this week. So what's the story this week? What's the timeline this week? What's the deal? All right, so this deck is called the Oracle of the Mermaids. What is the energy this week for this connection? The story, the timeline playing out. What is this? Okay, we have freedom. I love this because freedom means that we have the freedom to choose. This is all about free will. It's also about independence because it says freedom, independence, and self-determination. So it just means that we're in control of our destiny. We're in control of our fate. There's no one else that's going to, make things happen for us. It's about making things happen on our own. So I feel like there's a lot of self-empowerment this week for both parties here, for the masculine and the feminine. They're taking the steering wheel of their fate this week, and they're doing something with that. So that's awesome. It's a very much, I'm making a decision on my own. I'm not doing anything out of guilt. I'm not doing anything out of codependency. I'm doing it because I want to, and I think that that's great energy. Yeah, that right there is very positive. It's very empowering. So I feel like the story this week for your connection is that you both individually are working with a lighter energy. The sun is also connected to Leo, and it's interesting because I'm using the Leo Organite here. We're in the season of Leo, but the sun sign, your sun sign, is you, who you truly are as an individual. So this is about taking control of your own life, taking control of your own freedom, taking the steering wheel of your destiny and your fate. So I just feel like both of you, this represents the masculine and the feminine, and you guys are in this energy, and the sun is up there. You guys are both looking at it, and the turtles to me represent going with the flow of life and just really feeling happy and positive and optimistic about your situations, about yourselves. This might even just be a lot of work on the selves this week, really empowering the selves. So it's a really nice energy that I like to see. What else? Farewell to the moon. So there's some kind of a farewell to a cycle here. So maybe some sort of a cycle that you guys were in that was just kind of depressing, making you kind of sad. We do the moon's energy, and then we have the sun. So to me, it's like we're coming out of a dark time. We're coming out of a dark cycle. And even if it wasn't dark, because it doesn't have to be depressing or sad, it just means that we were in more of like a yin energy. And now we're going more into this masculine energy, which is action oriented, living out loud, basically, instead of just kind of thinking about things and reflecting. No, we're saying farewell to that cycle this week. So we're coming out of repressed energy. We're coming out of fear-based energy. We're coming out of shadow work. We're coming out of the dark and going towards the light. So there's some sort of a shift in the vibration of this connection this week. And I feel like it has a real positive effect on the individuals, which is both the masculine and feminine. So you're saying farewell to a cycle, some kind of a lesson, some kind of way of thinking or being, some kind of healing. You're saying hello to something else. Two of Pentacles, yeah. And I feel like this Two of Pentacles energy, it was like both of you guys. You guys were kind of both maybe playing off of each other's fears. Maybe this isn't like, I don't know how you feel, so I'm just going to kind of retreat. And then the other person doesn't know how you feel, so they kind of retreat. I feel like that cycle is coming to an end. There might be more of more of like a growth, something growing this week with the sun's energy, something being illuminated, something kind of coming out of the darkness, something actually happening in a physical way, right? But the Two of Pentacles is also about kind of going back and forth with something. Something wasn't quite balanced. Something wasn't quite clear. And I feel like you guys are saying farewell to this very up and down, back and forth, confusing cycle. So I feel like that's really positive as well. What else? We have Sanctuary. I do like this, and the reason why is because we have two very independent cards. Independence, Sanctuary would be boundaries, okay? Personal space, really enjoying time on your own. So either you or the masculine, because I'm doing this from the feminine's perspective, because that's the majority of my audience, but it could be you're taking time for yourself. You're taking time to heal, spend some time on your own. Maybe you just came out of another relationship that was quite toxic. It doesn't have to be a romantic one. This could be friendship, family situations, even work situations. But this to me is like a time for recuperation. We're taking some time to lick our wounds. We're taking some time for ourselves, really taking some time and taking that personal space that we might need, and saying no to things like others' demands on our time, or just things that we don't want to do. Instead of saying yes, we're saying no. And that's really, really positive, because it means that we've grown. And that's why I feel like the sun is here. Both you and the masculine have grown immensely, where you're no longer living your lives for other people. You're living your lives for yourself. And so that might have been something or an area that you needed to grow in during your separation with your masculine. So both of you guys are really growing in that department. I think that's awesome. And it might even be that in this connection, somebody asked for space and we gave it to them. They either gave it to you or you gave it to them, or maybe you guys both kind of gave it to each other. And I feel like this is a very positive, it's like a positive influence this week. There's been a lot of growth because that has been given. And we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, the Ace of Cups is filling our own cup, right? But it means that we can reset for a new beginning. So the Ace of Cups is an offering of something new, the beginning of something new. So I just feel like some sort of space needed to be given, or some sort of a difficult lesson when it came to personal boundaries or self-care or independence really needed to be learned in order for a new phase in this connection to be able to transpire. Okay, so let's get one more card here. Wow, we have Soul Cage. So this to me is the restriction. Whatever has been placing a restriction on this connection, I feel is being lifted this week, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a guaranteed union here, or that you guys are going to immediately start to patch things up. It just means that there's some energy that's been heavy. Remember that cycle, that moon cycle. Some sort of cycle is coming to a close. Somebody actually might be leaving a karmic relationship. That might be those loose ends might be tied up this week, where people are really, kind of coming into their own and taking care of themselves and focusing on their own cup for a change. I feel like this is going to do wonders on you both as individuals, which of course will benefit the connection later. And this could even be feminine if you're struggling holding on to your masculine this week, if he's asked for space. Because you're just taking care of yourself, you're feeling a real positive release this week and an empowerment this week. Yeah, look at this. Something is balancing out. So remember that Two of Pentacles energy? I just feel like something is balancing out in this connection because somebody has just decided to maybe focus on themselves. But I am also getting another storyline here. Someone is leaving a karmic relationship, whether it's a marriage or a soul contract, whatever it is, whatever somebody has been caged in, whatever control they've given to another person, they felt like they were a victim to it. They couldn't leave it. They couldn't ever feel balance without this person in their life. They're leaving that energy behind. Now, that of course could depict your own your own interpretation of this connection right now. So you're releasing this cycle. You're releasing this need to have this person right now in your life. That could be it. But I really am getting, for the majority of you, it has something to do with an outside relationship, an outside connection. either yours, the masculines, or somebody else's. And what this is doing is it's creating some sort of a balancing effect in the connection, so where people can actually now make better, healthier decisions for themselves, which in turn is going to affect and impact this connection in a positive way. So it's like something that needed to be cast out, cast away, that's happening this week. And what it's doing is it's bringing forth a new stage of growth, a healthier relationship, a healthier connection. It's more balanced with these two energies here. So instead of being up and down, back and forth with someone, it's like whenever you're experiencing that with someone, the best thing for you to possibly do is to just step back. Take a step back. Let this person figure it out. And when they figure it out, and they learn to just kind of really, present something that's healthy, that's when you're going to have a much more successful, more positive outcome with your person, is when they can give you something. So if they're tied up in another situation, or they've got like a lot of healing to do, might not be the best time. And I feel like that's probably depicting your past with your divine masculine. So because we just stepped back and we allowed some kind of cycle to take its course, run its course, now the benefit of more of a positive experience is now on the horizon. So I love that story that's playing out right now for you guys. It's really awesome. So what is the divine masculine hiding or holding back right now? So maybe there's something that the feminine needs to know. Maybe she doesn't know something, or maybe this masculine is still struggling with something. This is called the Oracle of Shadow and Light. What is this masculine holding back or hiding right now? Okay, so it could be someone like a female or a lady in his life, but I feel like this is something that's ancient history. This is something where this masculine is no longer in love with this person, or just doesn't want to be with this person anymore. But it could be that they have history together. So I don't know if that's that contract, that karmic partner contract that wants to come in. It does say egg, so it can be someone who is the mother of their children for some of them. It could even be their own mother, because it says ancient. So it could just be like ancestors, like family, traditional, stuff like that. But it could be something to do with a lady. All right, something to do with another person in their life. Maybe they're hiding something, as in they don't want you to be hurt. Maybe they're hiding their struggle with letting this person go. Maybe it's actually a lot more intense than they have, told you, etc. But we can clearly see that some kind of a burden is being lifted. Yeah, so that's the High Priestess is hiding this. So the High Priestess means I'm keeping this struggle to myself. I'd rather deal with this on my own. I don't want to involve you in this. This does not have to be an actual person that they're having a relationship with. So let me just clear that up. I don't want to put that in anyone's head. This could just be like some kind of a struggle or a trauma with a female in their life, a mother figure, something like that. So some of you guys actually might know this, but maybe your masculine is kind of playing it off that it's not that big of a deal. But I'm getting here, it actually is. It's a lot bigger deal, and it's having more of an impact on him than he's willing to admit. Interesting. Oh, and we have the Ace of Cups, and it does affect his cup of love. So I absolutely love the way that this is playing out here. We already got the Ace of Cups, you guys, okay? And we already know that that is something that this masculine needs. He needs time, he needs personal space to be able to work on this wound or this issue. Because right now it seems like he's being restricted from being able to open up completely here. And until he says farewell, and this is kind of still in its cycle to this karmic, whatever this is, wound, person, situation, then it's going to be difficult for him to offer up his full cup. I feel like if he were to come to the connection right now, or maybe in the past, it wasn't full enough to be able to give you anything of real value. So this is really being worked out actually behind the scenes, is what Spirit is actually telling me. It's something that's being worked out behind the scenes. So even though this might be hidden from you, as in it's a mystery, you don't really know what's going on. Maybe some of you guys intuitively just know. Maybe some of you guys are misinterpreting something. I'm getting that as well. There is something that he wants, something that's ancient history, but it still has some sort of an effect on his life, or it still causes him to act in a certain way. We're not excusing bad behavior or anything, but we're just tapping in here. All right, what else is the masculine holding back or hiding? Yeah. Something has dominance over him. And it does say boundaries violated in an invasion. And that's so funny to me because this card actually talks about boundaries, right? Violation of personal space. So that's very connected there to me. There is someone that's in his space. Again, we're not putting blame on people. The masculine does have control of his life. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why this card came up to begin with, is to remind us that if the masculine is determined enough, he can cut ties with whoever that is, whatever that pain is, whatever that trauma is, whatever that person is. It's almost like there's someone that's holding on to him, like a succubus I'm getting here. It's like a female, I'm not being literal when I say this, but somebody that refuses to let him go. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is. It could just be old trauma for him. Okay? So that's the energy that's attached to him. But he's hiding this. He's hiding something from the past. And it's connected, I keep getting, to a female or someone of feminine nature. Okay? Yeah. 8 of Cups. This is like, I want to walk away from this, or I walked away from this, but this person keeps coming back, or I keep going back to this person. This is something where I'm trying to transform, I'm trying to move on, but yet, and I see this, that looks like an apple to me. It's kind of a heart, but it reminds me of an apple. I'm tempted to go back. This person tempts me to come back. Not an excuse, but there's this toxic energy. And this masculine might have an addiction. That might also be something that he's hiding from the feminine. He says he's moved on. He says he's okay, but yet this is still some sort of a shadow that haunts him. With the 10 of Cups, it could be family related, somebody that's a part of his family, or somebody that he just feels. He does feel happiness with this person at times, but it doesn't last. Or it's somebody that he's just known forever. He's very content with this person. They're very familiar. It's like the old comfortable shoe. I just keep going back because we have children, or I just keep going back because it's familiar and it's easy. But there's something very toxic about this person, or this dynamic, or this behavior. This could just be something that's been learned through family. So this could be family trauma is what I'm getting as well. It could be the way that this masculine was raised by his mother. So it could be that there is some sort of an issue here where he allows other people to dictate to him who's good for him and who's not good for him, like an overbearing mother, or even a narcissistic mother, or just someone close to him. So he's hiding this, as in he's hiding from this wound or this trauma, or he wants to get away from it, but the way that he's showing the world or you, or displaying these behaviors, it might be that it doesn't seem like he's that bothered, or it doesn't seem like this is that problematic. But deep down inside, what I'm getting here is that this is very, very traumatic for this masculine, this connection, whatever the hell this is. Wow, you, the feminine, you see this actually, is what I'm getting here. You know this. Now, you may not know exactly what this wound is, but it's like you, because you're so psychically connected to your masculine, you just know that there's something deep going on here. You see it, you know it, you understand it. And you might not get it completely, but you know that there's something going on. You know that he's hiding something. You know that he's running away or from something, or that he's afraid. You know this is what I'm getting here. You know it. And the 8 of Pentacles. I like this because I feel like you know that the masculine needs to work on this wound, or this whatever this is. He needs to strengthen himself. He needs to do the work. You can't do the work for him. You probably would like to try to do the work for him, or maybe feel like you could just send him good energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, at the end of the day, we know that we're all responsible for our own healing of our wounds and just the ascension that we need to do here. So I like this because I feel like this is also the story, as in, you know, that maybe if he's hiding from this or he's hiding this from you, that the best thing that you can possibly do is to step aside and allow him that space and time to work out this issue or whatever this is. Now, that doesn't equate you sitting around and waiting for this masculine to figure it out. I mean, you do what you want, of course, whatever feels right for you, but we're still working towards our own goals and empowering our lives. That's what we're doing. All right, let's get one last one. One last card here. Yeah, there's something from the past that he's hiding. He can't let go of something, or someone can't let go of him. He's actually hiding. It's a bigger deal than he's making it out to be. That's what I keep getting from Spirit. He's pretending it's not that bad, or he's pretending that it doesn't have as much control over him because he can't admit it because it pisses him off. There's some kind of an attachment that this person has or that he has towards someone, and he hates to admit how much of a control he's letting it have over his life or how much it controls his behavior. So this is just something that he is currently trying to break free from. So this soul cage, this makes sense to me. He is trying to break free from some sort of a connection with someone or some old trauma from the past, because the Six of Cups is childhood or just the past. Somebody that he might have a lot of memories with. Again, it's not all bad. And that's the thing with narcissists. And I'm only going to give this as an example. You have a lot of good times with the narcissist, or else you wouldn't be attracted to it and have any fond memories. But then of course, the bad always outweighs the good. But the love bombing and all that stuff, the beginning stages with someone like that are really, really like, wow, the highs. Could even be like a trauma bond that he has with someone where it's like he's on a yo-yo. And so there's like this reward and punishment system with this person or parent or whatever. So he's right now, I feel, in the stages of working this past pain and trauma out, or this past connection or whatever has a hold of him. And that's what he's kind of holding back right now, is the knowledge of this, or just admitting how much this is actually affecting him on a life level, actually. So now we're going to go into what is the Divine Masculine's current perception of this Divine Feminine, okay? So this deck right here, I forgot to tell you guys, this one is called the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, okay? All right, let's take a look here, and this is the Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle. Let's see, what is the Divine Masculine's current perception of this Divine Feminine? So how is he seeing her currently, and the circumstances between the two of you? Wow, okay. I just got this song, I Want to Run to You, right, from Whitney Houston. And it's like he wants to run to you, feminine. That's what I'm getting here. If he runs to you and he takes this leap of faith, will you catch him? So his current view of you is someone that he wants to run to. But this leap of faith would be into the unknown. So he would have to basically surrender a lot, or absolutely trust that things are gonna be okay, that what he's leaving behind, that it's going to be okay to leave that situation behind, or that he's going to be able to trust himself or trust you in moving forward. So that's how his perception is right now. I feel like he wants to. I want to run to you. So listen to that song. Maybe there's something in there of value for you guys. This is called the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. Yeah, he wants that feminine. His view of you right now is actually pretty positive. Now, he has his own stuff. He has his own fears. But the Queen of Wands, Aries energy, is quite attractive, quite magnetic. Feels this pull towards this feminine, this attraction, this vibration. If he's in another connection, what I'm getting here is you look better to him. Whoever he's with, that's ancient history. But there might be all of that stuff that's keeping a hold on him. Whatever it is, fear of the unknown, connections, things that they have together, assets, etc. But the Queen of Wands, you're looking very attractive to him. So if he's comparing you and someone else, I'm getting here that you're looking like the better suitor for him. You're looking like the person that he actually wants to be with and vibes with better. So this isn't personal, feminine, is what I'm getting here. Okay. Yeah, you're gold. Like, you're gold, baby. That's what I'm sitting here or seeing here. So if like he's comparing metals, gold is like, gold is the cream of the crop. Gold is the best. Gold is the most, extraordinary. So it's like a diamond, same thing. So that's just what I'm seeing here, is that right now he is seeing you as a gift. He's seeing you as someone that, of value. So he's seeing you of value here. This is not personal if he is not choosing you, or if he's not running to you right now. It's not personal. His perception of you, though, might be that you deserve somebody better than him. He may not feel like he has enough to give to you right now, which might cause him to feel like he's just not sure. Like, he might feel like he's coming with too much baggage, and that you don't need that you're going to find him unattractive after a period of time. Like, it's like, do I trust that you'll love me forever? Do I trust that you'll still stay interested in me after you find out all this shit that I'm going through? So there's a fear here. Yeah, we have the Eight of Wands. I want to run to you. So the Eight of Wands means I want to run to you. I want to communicate with you. My perception of you is that I do want to move things forward. I do want to take the leap of faith. But does he have what it takes? Does he have the confidence to basically strike out? She's got an arrow there, that arrow is pointed towards you, feminine. His thoughts are directed towards you. He wants to direct some sort of communication towards you. That's what I'm seeing right now. All right, let's see what else. He feels like a little boy, though, compared to you, feminine. He feels like there is some kind of just difference in energy here. He feels like if he feels like a child, what I'm getting here is that he might feel like his perception of you is that, I know this might sound weird to somebody, like mommy. Okay, that might be a nickname or something that he has for you. Sometimes that can be endearing. But he feels like a child, though, in your presence. Maybe the things that he has done to you, it's like he might feel now intimidated that you're going to just see him as a child. You're seeing him as a child who has a lot of growing up to do. And that might be the case. It really might be the case. But that's what he feels like. He feels like compared to you, you're the person that has it going on. You're the queen, and he's just the little boy. And he's blue. Yeah. We have the Hermit. So he also perceives you, feminine, as withholding from him. Have you gone into hiding? Have you pulled your energy away from him? Are you a mystery? Are you not really making it known to him right now that you would either want him back in your life or that you would want to communicate with him? He also sees you as very wise. So I feel like he also sees you, his perception of you is that there's something that you could teach him. There's something that he can actually get from you. You're a gift. He could get something from you. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I just mean that he feels drawn to you, like he's going to learn something or benefit something, like having you in his life. So there's something that he feels very special here. Light in, yeah. You're his light in the darkness. Savior, an angel. He sees you as this. He sees you as somebody that he feels very connected to or drawn to, and he may not even know why. So I feel like what it is that he's connecting to the real, the core of this connection, the core of your divine love connection. So he's tapping into this counterpart energy, which is, I just know that there's something here. I just know that this is the right move. I just know that this is my person. So even though right now he's caged up, even though right now he might be still tied up in some sort of a karmic cycle with another person, he still feels this immense pull towards you. You're that thing, that light that's calling him from his darkness. So he feels this energy. Yeah, the Two of Wands. If I just make a decision, if I just make a choice. This is also a choice between two things. So there could be a masculine who is making a choice, or he's making a comparison between you and someone else. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be someone that he's involved with right now, but he could be making a decision between you and past lovers. Kind of like Nothing Compares to You, right? Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares to you. And this song here, and I've said this a few times, I feel like last week, Colors by Halsey. It talks about a guy who is really broken. And I feel like there's something in that song that has something to do with what your masculine has gone through, especially if he has children too, because that song talks about a guy who has children. But it talks also about a guy who has an addiction to certain things. So his pills, his hands, his jeans are blue, something, and he's just blue, as in a sad melancholy. So his perception of you is that he'll feel better with you. He'll feel better. He won't feel so blue. That's his perception of you, is that you're going to save him. And I don't necessarily know that that's the greatest thing to like see someone as a savior, but I'm just giving it to how I see it, you guys. He literally sees you as someone that's going to save him from his darkness. I want to run to you. I keep getting that. I want to run to you because you're my light in all the darkness. Story keeper. Okay. So he feels like your story is not over either, and he feels like there's something that you're keeping from him. There's something that you might be withholding from him, so he also sees you as a mystery as well. And I feel like that's something that also intrigues him to keep moving towards you. How does the story end? So if you guys had this story going on, right, and then suddenly, it was like the end of the chapter, it's like he's very curious to see how your story will continue. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is movement. So I want to make a move. I'm also getting too that he knows that he's going to have to be the one to make a move towards you, feminine, because you're the queen and you're just kind of sitting there very calm and collected, and you're just living your best life. So I feel like his perception of you is that he's going to have to make a move towards the queen. He's going to have to conjure up that strength to communicate with you. We have dark moon. So we have another moon energy here, but it's dark. It does talk about maturing, growing up, introspection and knowing thyself. Yeah, so this could be the cycle that's playing out right now, coming from the dark and going towards the light. So light in the darkness. You are always his light in the darkness, feminine. So he always saw you, no matter how long it's been since you guys have been in separation or have been going through a challenge, you've always been his light in the darkness. That's what I'm getting here. He's always seen you as this person that's guiding him in his darkness. You've always been with him during these dark times. So this means that he's never truly forgotten about you. There's always been something about your guys' story that has not been over. So he's always been carrying around this energy that it's not over between the two of you, that you guys still have this unfinished business, and it's a mystery. And I feel like he wants to know how the story ends. And we have Fortune Fairy, which is fate and destiny calls. So it's like that movie. I think it's called The Last Letter from Your Lover, I think. And it's on Netflix. I think it's that's what it's called, The Last Letter from Your Lover. Maybe not. But the girl that finds all these letters, she's like, I have to know how the story ends. It's a very beautiful, interesting, cool movie. And it's actually a little bit different than the book. I love the movie better, actually. I think the book and everything, the ending wasn't ideal for me, but the ending in the movie is perfect because it's happier. So yeah, I just feel like there is something about that movie that might kind of depict where your story might lead. They do get together much later in life when they're older, when they're much more mature. So that could be something where that's the fate of your connection, is after a period of time coming together when you guys are both much more mature, and that's something that's just faded. So this masculine, his perception is that you'll be the one in the end. You're going to be the person that he chooses in the end. And it's not that you're giving your power over to that and that you mean nothing or, you don't matter, in the meantime. It just means that seems to be kind of the fate here. The fate is coming together eventually. But he knows that he does need to be the person that turns the page in this story. He needs to be the person that makes a move and that creates a new chapter in your love story. So that's what the fortune fairy is. It's Wheel of Fortune, meaning I've got to turn the wheel here. I know I'm going to be the person that needs to turn the wheel and make a move. So that's his perception of you and this story right now, feminine. So anyways, what we're going to do is now we're going to go into the extended, which is important lessons and challenges that you must get through for union purposes. We're also going to go into the Divine Masculine's confessions with thoughts. So thoughts that he's having towards you, things he wants to say, his deep feelings, things that he's holding to himself, and also any kind of physical desires or maybe even fantasies that he's having at this time. And then we're going to go into what he might do next towards you in this situation. So what is this move? When might this happen? What does it look like, etc. So if you guys are interested, I will put that link down below where you guys can access the link for the having a total brain fart here, the extended reading, that thing. I'll put that link down below where you guys can take a look at that and get to that link if you guys want to. So anyways, thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys over on the extended. All right, take care, you guys. Bye bye.